Hey guys, welcome back to Lorraine Lopez Loves podcast. I am so excited. I have a repeat guest that you guys just keep asking about. Betsy Cox. Hello, Betsy. How are you today?
Hello, Lorraine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Shocking. People ask about me?
Yes, all the time. But if you haven't watched her in the last episodes, Betsy Cox is a stand-up comedian. She has her own podcast, The Real Desperate Housewife. She's my comedy wife. We're basically a duo. So
Yeah.
welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
We're neighbors now, so we see each other every day, as well as talk on the phone every day.
Yeah. So now we talk on the phone and make plans when we're going to meet up every day. So
She's living her life like a 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Running the streets.
I think secretly you're upset that I moved to your neighborhood because you're like, no, Betsy, I have to sleep tonight.
I'm so tired. She has an itinerary for us every single day, from Taco Tuesday, from podcast to Taco Tuesday, to going to shows, going to fringe shows, going to bingos, we're all over the place.
All over the place.
But I'm like, Betsy, I really just need to relax tonight and spend some time with my cats.
And I'm like, oh.
But it's been amazing. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm so happy too. I love the neighborhood and I love walking around and I love meeting up. I like being out and about, you know? I mean,
it's a nice place to be.
Yeah.
Dangerous, but nice.
Hey.
It's a part of the charm.
You might accidentally get shot in the head for your watch, but you'll probably find a really good lunch spot before.
You'll get a good $2 Taco Tuesday, $5 margarita special.
I know, right?
Takaya, if you guys don't know, they're all over Los Angeles. $2 tacos, $5 margaritas all day long, $2 chips and salsas, $3 guacamole and chips. I mean, you can't get better than that.
No, it's like insane. And by the way, this week I had Taco Tuesday at Takaya for lunch. And then I went back with you for dinner.
And then she had it for lunch again yesterday.
So. Yep. And then I had it for dinner last night. So I've been on a Takaya kick.
Good. She looks good. It's doing the trick.
Hey. No. I'm on the Takaya diet. No, literally we're, let's not even go there about it.
I think we should start off because we do have a crazy story that I would love to share about Xena, my cat, who's a little black feral cat who is living underneath a vacant house next to my apartment. And this was during last year in the winter, and it was crazy cold.
Yeah. Yes. And it was raining.
It was raining a lot.
Yeah.
She came out of nowhere, so I started feeding her. I went out of town, and even Betsy started coming to she was living in Pacific Palisades at the time, driving every day to feed this cat. So basically, it was so cold that I would sleep with my door open every single night, so I could put the heater out on top of, like, facing the door, and then she would sit on the porch, and I had a little heating pad for her. But, like, this is what had been going on now for like months, sleeping with my door open. I live close to a bus stop. I live with a lot of vacant, like, you know, the house next door to me, there's always like squatters, there's always people doing drugs, there's prostitution. Like, I've seen it with my own eyes. It's outside my kitchen window, you know?
Yeah, I've seen it with my own eyes when I drop you off, and I almost have a heart attack. I'm like, get back in the car, let's go.
Yeah, and during the pandemic, I got really, really scared of everything. Like, at one point, I was like scared to leave my apartment. It was weird, you know?
Yeah.
So I got to a point where I was sleeping with my door open, just my screen door, with a little tiny, like, you know, a little hook lock on there, and I would sleep on the couch. My apartment was freezing cold because the only heater I had was facing the outside. So we were all struggling, but I was doing this for a long time. We had tried to catch Xena for many, like probably 3 or 4 times before, but she's feral and she was crazy, and we had no luck with it.
No, but then she started to let you pet her.
Yeah, she let me pet her.
Because you were feeding her every day. And then we were at a comedy show and I was dropping you off.
Probably like 1 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, it was like 12:45.
On like a Friday.
Yeah. And I'm looking at Lorraine, and we're sitting in the car talking, and I just start to go like, oh my God, she can't sleep with the door open tonight. And I got this Like, and I was like, I think we need to try to catch Xena tonight. Do you want to do it? And Lorraine's like, oh my God, I don't know. Remember?
Yeah, she looked at me with like eyes of like just so like she looked so serious and was like, we're getting Xena tonight. And I'm like, but it's like 1 a.m. in the morning. Are you sure about that? And she's like, yeah, I think we should get her tonight. And I was like, okay. And I just knew because Betsy, like, it's more like, okay, should we not? Or, like, indecisive. Yeah. But this, she was like, no, we're getting her tonight. So.
Yeah. Because I was really paranoid. I was screaming at you about sleeping with the door for the cat. Yes. Because you started to lock it and then the cat started going, the little bitch.
She is.
But, I mean, she's but she's so cute. Yeah. And you were like, Betsy, I said, Lorraine, you have to pick her up and grab her by the back of the neck when you're petting her. Mm-hmm. And you were like, oh God, I need a shot of tequila.
I did. I was like, I have to go get my like a shot of mezcal, maybe 2 shots, just so I don't have fear in me. I'm just gonna pick her up. And I don't even know how it happened. It happened pretty quickly. Grabbed her by the neck. Betsy had this huge crate, came running, and we just threw her in, and she was like crazy animal. And then it was at that point, it was probably like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I don't remember, but we were going to go to the vet. There's a 24 hour, no, not 24 hour, but there's like a vet. Cause if you can't get an appointment, it's,
what is it? North Figueroa Animal Hospital.
Yes, it's in Pasadena, and it's like not first come first serve, but you put your name on a list, and they take you that day from like. But people line up at like 5 in the morning. It's that crazy.
Yeah.
So we were gonna go, and that day, that night, I was gonna meet you there, and then I had a coffee that I made, and I had like a water, so I was gonna pack my car before I brought this huge crate into my car. So I go with my coffee, walking to my car, and I look to the right of the other side where there's the vacant house.
But this was at like 4 in the morning.
This was 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
A creepy guy coming from the vacant house starts peeking his head at me. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I just got the chills because I'm like, I hadn't seen anyone living in that, like squatting there for a while. And that's why I think I wasn't scared, because they had cleaned it up. It's been vacant for a long time. They had really been on it. So me seeing this guy who was just like up at the same moment I'm up, it just was so creepy, right? And then so I told you after the fact, I said, you wouldn't believe it. I'm so happy that we got Xena, because that guy, there was a weird guy creeping 4 in the morning that I had to go back into my apartment, wait another hour. I had to wait till like there was some type of sunlight so I wouldn't be scared to leave. And then I told you that, and what did you tell me?
It was a sign that we got her, because that could have been the night something happened to you.
Well, you said in your gut, she was saying that in her gut feeling, she said, I don't know, I had the worst feeling that if you slept with your door open tonight, something was going to happen to you tonight.
Yeah.
So Betsy saved my life.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but I remember like that night, I remember sitting in the car looking at you and saying, God, I am so tired tonight. And I had to drive back. I was sleeping at my mom's. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm so tired. But I kept staring at you, and we were talking, and I kept saying, like, Betsy, you got to make her get this cat tonight. You got to make her get this cat tonight. And that's why when you were like, I said, Lorraine, take the shot of tequila. I can't, she's not, if I come near you, it's not going to happen. You were petting her. And I was like, Lorraine started petting her. And I was like, grab her now, grab her the fuck. And I was screaming, and Lorraine went, ah, and grabbed her, and we threw her. You screamed after you grabbed her.
It was crazy, man. It was insane.
Crazy. But look at her life.
She's living a great life. She's escaped once.
Yeah.
Just to fuck with me, but we are good now. She sleeps with me on my bed. She's very, very loving and sweet. Still attacks my other cats. It's been a wild ride.
Yeah, she beats Charlie up, and I'm waiting for Charlie to get the courage to kick her ass.
He's getting there. You saw that video.
Yeah, I saw that video. Post that video. That is so poor Charlie. He's such a good little man.
My 2 other cats are just domestic cats from the beginning, and they just can't keep up with her street life. Like, she is crazy, hits them every time she can get a chance. She's a bully. She's half their size. She's tiny, short legs, short body, no teeth. No, I don't know how she has no teeth, but this little cat has no fucking teeth.
Who knows? She's probably been chewing on anything to survive. The poor thing. She's a wild beast. But look, now she loves the bed. She's in bed all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, also, so we did talk about, I mean, we've been on a UFO kick. As you know, there was a sighting in Las Vegas
Yeah.
that Betsy's extremely upset about.
Yeah, I'm upset about it because, well, what? It's like, okay. I just feel like these kids called and said they saw a UFO. Something landed in their backyard. And the cop came out and caught the same thing on his body cam, that big flash of light coming down. And the cops were like, oh my God. And they were interviewing people in the neighborhood, and everybody obviously knows all of this because it's all over the news.
And the other cop had actually seen what the kids saw too. So he was like, I would normally not come to a call like this, but my deputy friend saw the same thing. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. And they're like, these creatures are in the backyard. And I feel like, it's really bothering me that the poor kid's getting discredited when all of these whistleblowers are coming out, like all of these like top Navy, top Marine, like intelligence agency, this and that. And now this kid, is getting, I think I said, what did I say to you right when I saw this tape? Watch, they're going to be like, this is like a kid that's like, doesn't have tons of money.
They're going to turn it around on him that he's like,
yeah. And it's so bothersome because it's like, this kid was like, we're terrified. Like,
not only is he terrified, but now everyone's going to like make him feel like he's losing his mind and they don't believe him. So now that on top of that, it's like so sad for him.
It's sad for him. And and he's sad about it. He's like, honestly, I told you guys the story. I just feel like if it was like a multi-millionaire's kid, people would be like, wait, so-and-so, Bill Gates' kid saw an alien, but because it's this like,
it's true.
Yeah, it's true. It sucks. Like, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Let's see what people think, comment, let us know, DM Lorraine and tell her if you agree, if that's true, because I do feel like that's true.
And do you fear the UFOs, or are you a UFO?
I have superpowers when I get pissed off. No, so I might be a UFO.
Because I did do some research about like the starseed, and then there's like the indigo children, and there's all these things, but they kind of stem from UFOs.
Yeah.
Which I looked it up.
Yeah.
And I was thinking all this intuition that you have that you don't tune more into could be, I think you could be you could be a starseed.
I'm not sure. I don't know. My friend used to say this indigo kid, and it's people with ADHD or indigo kids.
It is a part of, people say that people that have ADHD are sometimes, it's the same.
It's like a superpower. I'm like, girl, is that you trying to make up? I was like, I don't know if that's true, but I feel like that's her trying to make herself feel better.
No, but there was also one of the things was that it was people that are extra sensitive to chemicals, extra sensitive to like, even we went out, and Betsy doesn't really drink once in a while. She likes to drink, but it's going to make her a little sleepy.
Yeah.
So she could like drink a Coca-Cola or like a yerba mate, but she had a glass of wine the other day, and even the smell of the wine got her buzzed.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, here. Drink this. Yeah, I am sensitive to everything, medicine, everything. But I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know that I believe that people are mixed with alien DNA. But they're saying, remember?
I believe it. I 100% believe it.
Yeah. It's interesting because what do they call it? They say that the reptilians or something. There's this whole story about these reptilians and that they're part alien, part human.
Well, we just found out that octopuses are
alien DNA.
Yeah.
We just found that
out.
Don't
quote us.
Don't quote us. Don't quote.
We found this out at a comedy bingo. Do not quote our information. We are not professionals.
Do not
in
quote,
the matter.
Do not quote anything we say.
Don't even check on the Tukaya Taco Tuesday. They might be different than what we remember. Just kidding. No, we know that one.
Might be a
little
bit
bit more.
more.
Yeah, it was probably like $4, not $3. Sorry about that.
Right. Because avocados are expensive.
It's
right
pretty
now.
expensive.
Yeah. Don't quote that either.
Don't quote that. No.
But I do find that the alien thing is really cool. But what do I think is going to happen when they come down? I always say this. I'm like, well, if aliens land, that's the end of us because they're smarter and they're going to kill us. Like, we're done.
I think that they're coming more intentionally, like peacefully, and maybe the humans are going to be crazy. But I'm already saying that my alliance is with aliens. I have already jumped shipped. I'm out. I'm with aliens. And I do think there's something weird, and we're not conspiracy theorists, but we're just a little crazy.
Yeah.
I think they're going to help us with the AI problem.
You know what? That could be true. Because you sent me that documentary and I'm completely freaked out. I think hopefully they help us, but the second they land, everybody with those rifle, whatever those machine gun things are going to be having those out trying to blast and kill the alien. You already know. And then they're going to have no choice but to attack back, I feel like, because that's like, I mean, look at the way the world is. But I do think, like, honestly, look, I'm a little bit upset about AI and robots. I really am, because I do feel like every guy is going to be dating a robot.
I know.
Like, bitch, suck my dick. And then a robot's going to be like, okay, what woman? Like, I'm tired. I have cramps. Like, we're all trying to get out of it, and these robots are going to be jumping on guys. What guy is not going to want that? Like, it's done. True. It's done. I hope there's enough sperm that if we want to have kids, we can just get artificially inseminated. It's over. There are no men for us anymore once that happens.
Well, something to think about.
Yeah, I guarantee you a robot's a better cook than me. Like, the consistency of the recipe, you know?
Have you talked about this with your husband? Is this something that he's interested in?
No, because I would take my husband down before the robot took me down if he dated a robot.
All right. Well, you better get on that soon, because you got like a year to 2 years.
Yeah, no, I would make sure my husband could not hook up with a robot. Don't worry about that. But, I mean, it is something to think about as far as dating. But I could see, like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's very weird. You saw that video of that one Landon at the White House, the security.
That was scary.
It was
like the Terminator in real life, and that's an actual, like, guard at the White House. It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. Like, are robots going to be going to war and fighting wars for us? Like, are people going to build robots to take, like, that is creepy.
But the information that they're getting smarter and smarter, and beyond the programming, they're like taking a life of their own, having feelings and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
I mean, they feel like they can feel. I mean, it makes sense. It's like, I don't know.
Oh,
I
guess we'll just find out.
The point of this story is people enjoy your life, right?
Enjoy your life. Don't wait. Do everything that you want to do. Don't wait for your retirement. Travel the world. Eat good food.
Yeah.
Have a margarita or two.
If you're in a bad marriage, get out. Start hooking up.
Don't stress out about the little things and just do what you want to do.
Yeah, yes.
There's no waiting. Live like this is your last day.
Live like this is your last year, because it probably is. So get out there, meet some new hot guys, do whatever you want to do. Don't sit around working your relationship out. There's no time for this.
That's true. That's what Betsy tells me every day. Like, get your shit together. You know, you only got so little time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good advice.
Well, we only have AI, aliens, global warming, all just coming at us at one time.
It's true. But there's been some good things. And I haven't talked about it. But so my dad, we took a hiatus with comedy because of the pandemic, you know. So, but also, you know, we lingered a little longer because of like family members and health and just trying to be safe. So my dad got super sick during the pandemic, and he became paraplegic, got so many infections, cancer. They said that there was no hope, like stage 4, the worst hospital ever. And we got him into a different hospital. And a year and a half later, he doesn't have cancer. He's on the verge of walking. They just took his catheter out yesterday. He can pee by himself. TMI, sorry. But he can, but he's had a catheter for a year and a half.
I know.
There's so many like human functions that he could not do now that he's regaining. And it's like so beautiful, so amazing. So like these things are like cancer, we're overcoming things and there's beautiful things that are happening. So I'm like very grateful to have my dad. But now he calls me. Before, you know, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I would freak out. I have to make sure that he's okay. And now like I silence his phone calls. Now that he's better, I'm like, oh, Dad, why is he calling me again? I talked to him yesterday.
You used to answer every call. Are you alive? Are you alive?
Yeah.
Dad, please, gotta go. No.
Exactly.
It's so true. I answer every one of my mom's phone calls. The one time
That's
I silence
amazing.
her phone calls, she falls. I'm like,
Oh.
oh my God.
Damn.
I know. It's been, you know what it is, but it's life. It's like, I don't know. You know how life is. It's so up and down. It's like, you know, you're in a breakdown one day and the next day things are good. I mean, that's real life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard battling things. Yeah, the pandemic's been tough. It sucked because, like, I really couldn't go out because my mom has Parkinson's. Like your dad, you cannot bring any germs or anything back. And that was a nightmare. But it was actually,
Nice.
It was
a nice break.
nice. I was writing. I finished so many writing projects. And, like, I was home keeping an eye on Steve, like, up his ass, aggravating him. It was fun driving him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had people over, like the family members all the time. It was like kind of a nice little break to enjoy people. And I feel like
I'm not going to lie, I kind of miss it. I did.
Yeah.
You just go back, you're like, damn, I should have really enjoyed that more. You know, that little break.
Lorraine, I think you were enjoying it more than anyone.
How was I enjoying it more than anyone?
You binged every TV show. You were like, girl, I got this vegetable thing delivered. Like I'm cooking. I'm watching this TV show. Right? Oh, watch this TV show.
I had a crazy squatter living with me.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I had to wipe my dad's butt for a lot of it.
True.
There's a lot. It wasn't all but rainbows and Skittles for me.
But now you're like.
But I did watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
I would just veg out and sit and be like, with a bottle of wine, and I was like, and with my cats, I was like, this is nice. I realized because before I never sat home, I never watched TV. I don't know, that was not in my brain. Like I had to be out every single day since I've lived in LA. I don't know what it was, maybe because there's always something to do, and if you're not doing something, you're missing out on something, or you're not like, I don't know what that mindset is, but it's like maybe an American, I don't know. I don't like it, and I'm so glad that I don't even have that anymore because now I'm like, I don't want to go out. I want to just sit in and have my wine, have my cats, watch what is it, The Ultimatum on Netflix? I don't know. Let's see what I'm gonna do that night. But that's like so fun.
It's so fun, but like, and now I'm dragging you out every night, and I'm like, Lorraine, you're like, remember the other night I was like, no, should we stop at the Comedy Store? You're like, Betsy, it's midnight, like I'm really tired.
Or she'll like already have the itinerary, and she'll be like, okay, but at midnight, or no, she's like, but after 10 o'clock, the pizza place, they do like, a slice of pizza and a drink for like $5 or half off of things. So she has a late night food already scheduled for us. And I'm like, oh my God, that's it. This is really tiring. But Steve was on the phone with you, and I was in the car, and he was just like, I think she's 20 years old, and we're just running up the street. I'm like, I know, Steve, I'm here, and I am tired.
I know. My best friend's 18-year-old son came in, and I'm like, let's run around Santa Monica and look inside of the clubs till you can get in and party, and then we're going to go dance in them. And we were up till 1 a.m. walking Santa Monica, like every night, going to dinners. And then when he left, I was like, whoa, I fell asleep for a nap. Like that never happened.
Wow.
It's so rare, for like an hour. And I was like, whoa, maybe I am not 20 anymore.
I can't keep up anymore. I used to party hard back in the day.
Well, we worked too in nightlife, and it was like,
we worked in nightlife, so we're just used to those hours.
Yeah.
And then working, and you're just like drinking and basically partying for a job. So you just become accustomed to it. And now if I go out, I either like could have 2 drinks. I have to have like a fruit. I'm having a margarita right now, disclosure. But I will be like passed out. After this, I can go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, not me.
I'm not like fun anymore. I'm not like, woo, I'm gonna drink. Right now I feel great, but give me 2 more hours and I'm snoozing.
Yeah, see, I'm not like that. So like Steve's begging me right now, Betsy, take the CBD gummy or whatever the one. And I said no, because I had the two freakouts on it. But I literally cannot fall asleep at night, and then I'm up at like 6 in the morning, and I'm like la la la. So then I'll just drink caffeine and keep going. But I look like hell in a handbag. It sucks.
Please.
No, literally. Okay, the makeup. Thank goodness for these TikTok makeup tutorials.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
YouTube,
baby.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's talk about your podcast, The Real Desperate Housewife.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah. What advice? I mean, I feel like since you are that woman,
yeah.
and do people ask you all the time, how do you do it? Like, you've been married for so long, right?
Yes, I've been married so long. How do I do it? I don't know. I really do. Steve always says to me, Betsy, stop. I don't think you would be horrible to me. You're the nicest person I've ever met.
He says that?
All the time.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He is like, you are too nice. You're too giving. Oh, if Bets and I ever got a divorce, she would be so fair with me. And I'm thinking, like, who do you think you are married to? Because, we both.
Yeah.
But he is a good animal-loving person. Like,
Yeah, that's nice.
now that he has this dog, Dakota, I said, okay, fine, get a dog for your birthday. Rescue another dog. I'm exhausted, but I want you to have, because we lost the dogs. He was so upset. And now he loves Dakota so much more than me. Like, I told him, Steve, I feel like you're just like going to push me out in traffic to save the dog. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do? Let her die? But like, I really don't have a rhyme or reason for how to get married. I definitely think keep a little bit of fear in a man. And I always tell Steve, I'm like, Steve, like, please, if we ever get divorced, like, he has said things to me that have pissed me off. And I'm like, oh, at least I'm glad you said that. Like, he always says, go easy on this person. Like, it's not that easy to date, Bets. You forget because you've been married for a long time. And he goes, I mean, like, I probably wouldn't date a 50-year-old. He's 50. He's like, I mean, I'd probably be dating someone in their 30s. And I was like,
Steve, we're coming for you.
I said, thank you. No, the whole night was the conversation. And he thinks it's funny. He's dying laughing.
Of course he does.
And I said, keep laughing. Like, I'm so glad you gave me this bit of information, because if you ever leave me, I hope you could afford to buy her a nice purse, because I am coming for you. And he thinks it's funny I say that. He's like, oh, bad. No, but yeah, any advice I have, this is the advice I have. Make sure you're with someone who's good and bad, because you'll get, I mean.
Does that matter if the robot's coming? Let's just be real. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
what's another thing?
Okay. You know what? Make sure you're with someone who's really nice at first, because every guy reveals his true manly colors, and they're all the same.
In the beginning.
They're
And this is too soon for me to talk about, but I will give you a little snippet of something. People tell you who they are right off the bat, and at first you're like, oh, it's, nothing, they mentioned this, or like, because I had dated someone in the past. I'm not going to get too much into it, but that told me after we had already started dating that he had cheated on his past girlfriend before me, the one preset, with an ex-girlfriend. Those are things you don't just think, oh, he's not gonna do that to me. He didn't do that to me, but I'm not gonna get further into it. But let's just say, maybe I'll tell you in 20 more episodes, but that shit is real. Believe it when you hear it, because if they can do that to someone else, they can do it to, they're gonna do it to you or do it to someone else trying to do it with you. Okay, let's be real.
Yeah, I do. And I think that I said that. I was like, oh no, if someone cheated, like, honestly, some people don't think the worst thing in the world is cheating. To me, it is
Yeah.
because I grew up with my dad being like a fuckboy, you know, cheating on my mom all the time, leaving us like we're like destitute. But like, honestly, some people just don't think, but I think that that's probably the worst thing in the world.
Well, I think you can, I mean, if you have an understanding with someone, if you have an open relationship, if you're actually honest with every party and you're not playing one side of the party or against the other side, if you are just an open, honest person and everyone, like, you would be surprised how many people would be like, sure, why not?
Yes.
You know, because a lot of people that are free thinking and open minded. So give people the option before you do it. And if not, like, just bounce out.
That's my thing. Like, if you want to be with someone else, let's open this shit up and call yourself polyamorous and go and let me get on the road and hook up with some hot guys too. Like, cool. Let's talk. I'm still not going for that because I want to own my shit. Like, I want to be like,
you don't need to do that.
I like holding somebody accountable in life. Like, that's my thing. I love it. I like being like, I took you. No bitches were jumping on your ass. I found you. I discovered you. And I locked that down. I like holding someone accountable. And you said this in front of a room of people, you know? Yeah, but that's okay. I'm like, if a guy comes in and is like, I want an open relationship, cool. You have to decide. And they let you know ahead of time. But then if you make an asshole out of someone behind their back, that's when it's shitty to me.
Me look stupid. Don't try to make the other person look stupid. That's not going to happen.
And we talk about this because we're not going to even mention any names. You dated this guy and I was like, interesting. And I was like, I don't trust dating guys that are like, let's just, how do I say this in a kind of nice way, that are like really below what you could get, because they end up getting you and it's like striking lightning in a bottle. They're like, oh my God, I was able to get this hot ass chick, which has never happened for them. And then they end up being like, I want to see what else I can get because this girl gave me a shot. Remember, we had this conversation and you were like, I don't know. And you ended up dating that really creative guy. Mm-hmm. Do you remember this story or no?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah. And I told my sister that too because she was dating this guy and I was like, Well,
that's the thing. You get in relationships, you realize how hard it is, and you think you're also like trying to go from one relationship that like broke your heart, and then you're gonna find the complete opposite person to that, and then you're gonna just keep. Well, that's what I do. So I've been doing that back and forth, and I'm like, you know, there was a moment I was like, you know what, I want to date someone safe, someone kind and sweet, and that's just gonna love me, and then that bites you in the ass as well.
Yeah.
But because maybe that, I don't know. But dating is hard. Dating in LA is extremely hard.
I dated a guy I was not that attracted to. I was like, ugh. You know, I mean, he was like super awkwardly tall. And I just...
She doesn't like tall guys. She likes like 5-foot guys.
I have a history of dating a lot of like Mexican, Cuban, like Latin guys. So I like a shorter, even though Steve's white. Like he's like 5'11". Which is tall for me.
I mean, a good height.
Yeah, but I've
She
dated
normally like shorter than 5'11".
Yeah, I like guys like my size, 5'8"-ish, you know, maybe a little under is okay. But I'm like, come on. I love wearing heels and I'm like, tell Steve, come on, Tom Cruise. I love that. But I dated this guy and he was not like, I wasn't like super attracted, but he was a really nice and a fun guy. But like he kept accusing me of like, were you talking to guys? Like, would you do like, went through my computer and all my shit. And I'm like, but I'm not cheating on him. What is he doing? And why is he always accusing me of cheating or being shady or this? Turns out that
he was cheating on you.
Yes, he was cheating on me.
Wow.
And nobody told me, and people I knew saw. And I'm like, who, like, I've told people and lost friends because they've stayed with the guy. I would rather tell you and be a real friend of you and lose you as a friend than you not tell me and let me look like an asshole.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's why I always say, like, don't just give someone a shot because, oh, yeah, I just want like someone nice and cool, because then that freaking.
Don't settle. Like, if you just, and I don't know, maybe it takes, maybe, I don't know, because I've had a 2-year hiatus from dating people, and I'm extremely happy. And I think before I always had to be dating someone constantly. So now having that, now I'm like, oh, I feel I'm fine, and this is amazing. And if I do date someone, it's going to have to be someone that can fit in my life and can help like make my life better, can get along with if my cats don't like them, that's not going to happen. So I'm so much pickier now. I don't know if I now have standards because I have cats, maybe because my cats have been a huge part of me standing up for myself and, try to have a better life for them. So
okay, but let's just say one thing. If Xena doesn't like them, still give them a chance.
Okay, yeah, Xena just doesn't like anyone. Xena is the cutest little black cat, no teeth, but she is going
issues. To whack the shit out of anybody that walks in that house and gets in her bed.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, no one's sleeping in this bed.
No. But also, you're also very independent. And every time, I always tell you, you do need someone like Steve that can kind of let you breathe and live your own life and be your own thing. And sometimes that's really hard to find because so many people struggle with like codependency. And for independent people, you are like me. I like that Steve's like, go do your comedy.
Yeah.
And
you guys have your own passions. You have your own things you do. You will like have the best time together. But the fact that he's secure, that you can go out, be out and do your own thing, pursue what you're doing, talking about your life, talking about like being free spirited.
Yeah.
And he's comfortable with that. That is absolutely incredible because that is extremely hard to find.
Because he's not cheating. And trust me, he's not.
He's got nanny cams on him, guys.
I would know. Let's put it that way. I will know. Mm-hmm. And plus, besides, I have that gut feeling. I always knew what my dad was up to. I always, as a kid.
Like anxiety.
It's like, yeah, you get it. You get this weird feeling.
Like something is
off. And I had it with that guy. And I was like, always like, but I don't think I liked him that much. Yeah. I just think he was like stalking and hounding me to lock me down, but also doing these other things. But that's how some people are. They want to control everyone,
No, when I was in my relationship for 5 years that he was cheating on me the entire time, I did feel something off, but I don't think I had any experience before that. And I was still living in a bubble of like, life is rainbows and butterflies and nothing's bad happens. Like I wasn't exposed to that. So I had no idea, but I did feel like a loneliness. I did feel something like missing. I don't know, but also in that relationship, the same thing that you felt in the beginning. I mean, he was like a gorgeous man. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa.
He was like a Disney prince. Yes, gorgeous.
It was out of this world.
Like he, yeah. I mean,
but I was like, oh my gosh, a guy like that likes me. So I was kind of like taken aback, but he love bombed me in the beginning. And first of all, that should have been a red flag. I'm like, what the fuck? This is so weird. And, but after that, I didn't really love him. Like, this is fucked up to say, but in the beginning, when he first said he loved me, I was like, it still didn't feel correct. Something was always a little off, but in my head, you grow up thinking you're going to get married, you're going to have kids. Person really loves me. This is like the perfect scenario. His family's like, so you're thinking, so you create all this in your head. And what you've created is this life beyond the actual relationship. I mean, and also it was a nice it's still, the joke is still probably one of the best relationships I've been in.
But
kidding.
I think he was a sociopath. Kidding.
No, he was a sociopath who was very good at.
I really want to say something, but I am not going to go there. That video you sent me, like I was like,
you can say it. I don't know if it's like, this was back in the day.
Yes, and he was with that like
making out.
I don't know what that was like. It was like a RuPaul. It was like a situation where it was like a guy that dressed up as a girl that did all those YouTube videos, very sexy, and the guy you were dating, you were like, I said, well, I do think that he's not straight, and you were like, I don't know, Betsy, I think you're crazy, and I was like, some of the stories
you were the first person that like told me that.
Yeah, I was, because you were
The
telling me.
intuition, she's a UFO, guys. Okay, she's telling me shit before I know shit, and she knows, she has this gut feeling. That's what the starseed is. They have that crazy intuition, psychic. You've told me, you've said you've had some psychic stuff in the past in family. This is not just a thing. So who knows?
Right. My aunt was psychic. It's weird, and she had a lot of problems from being psychic. So I never...
You didn't want to get in touch with that part.
No, I don't want to tap into that, because she had a lot of issues, and it was crazy childhood growing up with that. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm psychic, but I do follow my intuition. I think it's more from my dad, growing up with my dad like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But what I was going to say is, you said, I couldn't believe this guy liked me. It's like, can somebody please, like, Lorraine, you are so gorgeous.
But I will tell you this, my entire 20s, I only had been with, since my whole life. So when I was 30 years old, I only had dated 3 people.
Yeah.
So I had no experience. So I think, growing up, I had my first boyfriend was 7 years. Then I dated someone for a year that I was like obsessed with. And then I had another 5 years back to back. So, and then because of that, also, like, I was in, a marching band was like the best thing that had ever happened to me.
Please tell the story about you and the marching band. Have you ever talked about that?
No, I don't think I have.
It is so great.
That I was like the number one, I got an award for the best marcher.
But it's cool.
Oh my God, I was the best. I loved it. I thought that was like the one place I don't think I ever really I loved kindergarten a lot. But other than that, I was never, kindergarten and college were my favorites, but high school, not really, but the band was what made it for me. Like, it made my life.
Yeah. Like, for me, it was cheerleading, but my grades were so bad, I got kicked. Remember I told you the other day, like, the only thing I was good at was, because I'm so loud, was being a cheerleader. And then my grades were so bad, I got kicked off the team. It was terrible. I was like, I have nothing. What am I going to do?
Aww.
But it was like, I hated grammar school, because I went to school with all those rich kids, and it was like, ugh, sorry, rich people. Like, I had to get over that, so I married one. But, it's just a lot.
That's what you're used to being around.
Yeah, I had to learn to like rich people.
Yeah.
So I started hooking up with one. Locked the bitch down, and now threaten him to take his money every day. It's just,
like tied up at home right now.
Yeah. Everybody's like, we need to see Steve on your Instagram.
I haven't seen Steve in a while. He's my neighbor. I have not seen him yet. It's been a couple months. Steve, are you okay? Blink if you are okay.
And Steve's meanwhile like, get me off of that shit. Like, what is that? Get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Well, guys, because we're going to have to wrap up soon because time has gone by really fast. We are doing a stand-up show that we're producing with our friend Hillary.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing it at the Formosa Cafe. Our first show is
July 12th at 9 p.m. We'll have a
Wednesday.
magician there.
Magician. Super excited. So if you are in West Hollywood, if you're going to be in town, mark it down on your calendar. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Formosa Cafe. You can eat and drink and maybe, I don't know, have some magic in your life.
Yeah. Also, another tip is Jones Hollywood across the street from the Formosa Cafe. They're both like very historical places. They have a late night happy hour after 9 o'clock, and they have like one of the best late night happy hours I've ever been to. A Dirty Sue Martini. I don't remember the prices right now.
Oh, wow.
Pizzas. It is the best. So come to our show. Go to Jones after. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So Betsy, please let us know. Can you leave us with either like a recommendation? What are you What are you watching on TV? What's something that you love to buy at Trader Joe's? What is a life hack that you have, or just like a positive message that someone else can take today?
Oh, interesting. Wow, that's really on the cuff. Let's see. Do we have 5 minutes for me to think?
You have, yeah.
Life hack is learn to love yourself.
Ooh.
If you don't, because at the end of the day, you're the only person that's going to be there for you.
Ooh. Whew. That's good.
I've seen a lot. I've seen so much stuff, and I'm just like, if you can't love yourself, you really can't love anyone. It's really hard. And everybody has something beautiful and great inside of them. Learn to find that and embrace it and just love you because you are you and you are unique in your own way.
Definitely.
Yeah. And love animals.
Love animals. And I'm going to say this, and we'll go back because with the recommendations of like, I don't know who told me this, so I can't like give that person credit, but but someone told me that, or maybe I made this up myself. This is, I don't know. But so when you're dating someone, and these are two important things that I think you should have when you're finding a partner. One, they love animals. I had never dated anyone with an animal. My whole entire dating history, which is like very, very, very long. No animals. I dated one person with an animal, and then I was like, wow, this person, like the life that they gave this dog was so beautiful, and like they paid extra money so that it got to have like a pet sitter every single day when they were at work. All those little things like really mean a lot because they can take care of someone else and love someone else other than themselves. The second thing is, are they going to be good in a divorce? Because you just want, not that you are going to get a divorce, but someone that's not going to be greedy and like cutthroat and is going to try to get you murdered because they don't want to like pay you money or whatever, because a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
You just want to be like, okay, we can still be friends. If you have kids, you want to make sure if you're going to have kids with someone, like, is this someone we're going to be able to like, they're not going to try to take the kid from me? Are they going to try to like, run me over with a car? Like these are important things. So yes, I do think, love yourself.
Love yourself. Do not be a nice person in a divorce.
Yes. Well, what?
No, I honestly, I don't. It's
that.
great. I've met people that are like, oh, me and my ex-husband hang out all the time. They're remarried now. That's great. I think it's a wonderful thing. But at the end of the day, like, how nice are you supposed to be to a person that's like, I'm done with your ass? Like,
true.
And then like, if you're nice and fair, then you're only screwing yourself over in the end. Like, you should get what you deserve in a divorce, because I do feel, I know I didn't give you that.
She did not give me this advice.
I did not give you that.
I thought she did. She did not.
Give you that. I do always tell people, do not date a guy who does not love animals and is not an animal guy. You don't want to be with him. That's something's wrong there.
There's something weird.
In a divorce, I feel like women never get the fair cut. It's like the guy that works and makes the money, and then they have to walk away with whatever they're given a lot of times. And I watch my mom as a single mom struggle. My dad dating a 19-year-old. She should have been getting way more. And I say, stand up for yourself, because guess what? We bring so much to a table. If we work, we do contribute, and we also, we nurture, take care of, and we build a home and a life.
Yes.
Like, and that is something. That is something. And I feel like you should get what you deserve. Now, listen, if you want to be nice,
well, I was just going to be nice, but I was going to still take the money. And also, I just don't want them to take my money. I'm trying to make more money. I don't want someone to take my money. But I will be nice.
Yeah.
And
well, if I make millions,
it's okay.
If I make millions of dollars, I want Steve to take half, because he created this life for me to give me the free reign to go be what I could be, and the encouragement. And good, you deserve half. Take it. Woohoo! And even if I made $100 million, I'm still playing the lotto, bitches, and I might win. So.
But really, you got to take care of yourself no matter what. Yeah. So in that situation, I think a lot of people are like too nice.
Yeah.
And don't feel bad about just taking care of yourself and your needs, because
listen, take them to the cleaners, but maybe give them a little kissy on the cheek while you're doing it.
Yes, blow them a kiss.
There you go.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Betsy, thank you so much. Anything else you want to say?
No, I can't think of anything.
All right, guys, love you. Bye, guys.